The mumbling. Okay, we've got a big show on a Monday. Huge, huge show. How about former NFL player turned pro wrestler turned rapper turned all-around vibe giver AJ Francis, a.k.a. Top Dollar, is here. Corner/returner extraordinaire. We have back-to-back All-Pro Keisean Nixon. Packers fans, let's go. And it's kind of weird to say, former Charger, now Commander, reunited with Anthony Lynn, about to run all over your fantasy team. Austin Eckler is here. What is Jaden Daniels like? He will tell you. And Hamilton's in studio.
Let's go.
The star is here. Let's hit it. What a start. I don't like that when Hamilton is here, Richard is in so much better of a mood.
You don't like when Richard's in a good mood? Why is that?
He's truly never in a bad mood, but there's something about, there's a bit of a spring in the step, there's a lightness, there's something, he's just happier. When you walk, he pranced in here this morning, and I'm like, oh, someone's excited, Hamilton's here.
Well, that's my guy. So, it makes things a lot more fun.
You're dressed, ready to go, shot out of a cannon. How was your flight? Everything good?
Yeah, everything was great.
Really? Flights are just terrible these days. I'm not interested in any flights. You're fine. Okay, yeah. Yankees, I hear, are killing it.
Had a little bit of a rough series against the Dodgers. Juan Soto's out. They won last night, which was great. Okay. But still a little nervous about Juan Soto and that forearm.
But where did this pitching come from?
Yeah. Well, how do you know about this?
Just talking to somebody who likes the Yankees. So I was, in 3 minutes, I absorbed quite a bit of information, but they're looking good.
Yeah.
All right.
Great year so far.
Great. Hamilton is here from the East Coast. Very excited about that. My hair is frizzy. I don't know why. We're going to do a little of this, and then we're going to get into it. NFL offseason programs, they're in full swing. Still, they started last week. We covered a lot of things. We have the Jags, the Rams, the Falcons. They actually just get started today. They're digging their heels in at mini camps across the country. The remaining 19 teams all start theirs tomorrow. Before we look ahead and chew on all of that, I thought we could take a look back at the weekend. Hamilton's on the plane yesterday. He goes, there's some interesting things that happened this week. And I said, tell me what. And you want to talk about the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah. Mike McDaniel had himself a time.
He looked great. I thought it was fun. Let's take a look. Banging the drum. He opens up the Panthers Stanley Cup Series against the Oilers. Hey, Darius Butler, we see you. Florida takes game one. That Stanley Cup, just a couple games closer to hitting that studio for Pat McAfee show. They got to bring it in for our boy Darius Butler. And, this is a job well done. Always kind of awkward. You're like, I've been in a couple, blessed enough to be in a couple of situations, there's a lot on you. A lot on you to bring the energy. That's a huge spot for him. He crushed it. And I actually thought when I was watching it, I wonder what he's thinking. Because he's like, I want this. Yeah. I want this for me. I want this for us. I want this at our stadium. And he's got that on his mind. Listen to what he said about how he structured meetings for this minicamp.
We need to finish the season better. So you get what you emphasize. Well, why not find ways to emphasize finishing in everything you do? Obsess about it. Why not have, for half the off season, you're trying to have staff meetings at different times during the day, and I had every staff meeting I put at 7:24 or 3:24 or 5:24, the number 24, okay? To you guys, it means nothing. That's how many years it's been since the organization's won a playoff game. We are going to hear about that come playoff time. You think? So, to me, you do that to empower guys to know what's coming, to understand it, to not run from it. Because if you're going to achieve success where people are predicting failure, you're going to have to go above and beyond.
Hamilton, why do you like this sound?
I like it because, again, you've always talked about how Mike McDaniel gets ahead of the narrative, right? Mm-hmm. And he knows that that's what the narrative is going to be because he's gotten them to the playoffs a couple years. They still haven't won.
He would be a great producer.
Yeah.
He anticipates, that's what I sort of, to just expand on what you're saying, you can tell that he knows as he gets there what he has to do with Tua from a mental perspective, from a I feel like he's very anticipatory and he knows, and he goes for things, he's a good producer in the puzzle solving, dark artist way of how do I get the best out of people? That's what he does well.
Yeah, and I like this approach because it's, let's not wait until late in the season when this narrative is going to come up. Let's own it now. Let's take control of it now. And let's almost desensitize our players to this before it becomes a thing so that they're not going to be hearing all that chatter when the media and other fan bases start jawing at them.
He's so new that he should have ideas and slogans and motivational tactics coming out the wazoo. I've always given credit to the Mike Tomlins and the Sean Paytons who are in the same place with the same players year after year and still getting the best out of them, rolling in, you know, $250K in bonus money or whatever that was for Mark Ingram. Remember, like that kind of stuff. Like, so the picture of the Lombardi that in the facility, that might work. He might have to up the ante a little bit. I do like this because he's getting ahead of the narrative, like you're saying, and he's embracing the opportunity in front of him. If you look at this, the whole 24-year things, he's delivered them back-to-back playoff appearances for the first time in 22 years, everybody. But he has the chance to slay some bigger dragons this year. Don't kill me, Dolphins fans. We're not trying to rub it in over here. We're just trying to set the table. I genuinely think this team has the chance to erase a bunch of these this season. 24 years, Mark Daniels talked about, obviously the longest drought. They've also gone 16 years since a division title, the second longest run without making it to a conference title game. 40 years since, goddamn, 40 years since a Super Bowl appearance. 51 years since a Super Bowl win. Again, we're just setting the table here. And again, I think if this team can stay healthy, I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the big game because you're going to keep wiping droughts off the table like he is one by one. You can't look at the roster and tell me that the potential isn't there. The arguments people are making against the Dolphins being a legit threat in their conference are the same ones making it against the Lions last year. And we all know how that went. They almost got there. They were just seconds away. At some point, the talk has to turn into results. But I think Mike McDaniel is on, you know, he's banging the drum for this team like he did last night, okay? I think he has a chance to put the torch to that freaking full screen and that we just showed you with all those things that have not happened in a long time, and it just takes a couple things going right to, and they're already in the right direction. And they also have an incredibly, I'm just gonna really quickly say, their fan base, we have a big show today, big guest, so I can't talk that long. AJ Francis, we got Keisean Nixon, Austin Eckler on the show. This fan base, I will always love because they are fiercely loyal.
Yeah.
They are so for Tua. They are so for Waddle. They're so for Coach. They want to be talked about. That's a big part of it. Like, we're legit now. Let's talk about us. And that's everything. But there's something about this one where they are not turning their heads on. They're not critical of the decisions being made by people down there. Like, they're a true ride or die fan base.
Yeah, they really are. And, you know, I think the national perspective on things frustrates them because it is like you look at how their season ended, and it's not making excuses, but legitimately half the roster was injured. They had Tyreek out there playing on one leg, Waddle out there playing on one leg, and negative 20 degrees in Kansas City against Mahomes.
Yeah.
How many teams are winning in that situation? So you mentioned the health. That's going to be the biggest thing for them. I really want to see what they're capable of doing in January with a healthy team because we haven't seen it yet.
Do you have no questions about Tua, Hamilton? If there was to be a question about Tua, because I think you saying that like it's just health, that means that you're saying I completely believe Tua is the guy to take them to a Super Bowl and win.
Yeah, I believe he can get it done if he's healthy and the weapons around him are healthy. The way this roster is constructed, the way the team is constructed, and having Mike McDaniel as his head coach, it's all set up for him to have success, and we've seen him do it when the circumstances around him are right.
We're going to have Keisean Nixon on the show. Cannot wait. Got his bag. He's at his position, paid very highly across the league, which is nice to see the Packers got it done. They don't start mini camps tomorrow, Green Bay, but there's been so much positivity already. We love it. And a lot of that coming from their quarterback who it's hard to have questions about with how he ended up last year, Jordan Love. He's been showing up and taking charge despite a lingering contract situation because that's just the kind of guy he is, and he'll tell you all about it. And he was asked about the wide receiver room, and like, do you guys have a number one in here? Are you all ones? What's the lay of the land?
You don't have to have a number one receiver. I think it works out well when you can spread the ball out and you got different guys making different plays and you can put them in different areas. I think it puts a lot more stress on the defense and the calls that they can get in. So I think in the long run it helps us in not having a number one guy, a true number one guy, but I think all those guys can step up and be the one, any given day.
Cliche, trite, but if he's right, he's right. If you take a look at it, all of these guys did step up on any given day and have a day. The distribution is insane. The individual efforts are incredible. Their top 5 single game totals came from 5 different wide receivers. Jordan is not wrong. They're the only team in the league that can say that. And just beyond last season, I can't remember the last time something like this has ever happened. Hammy? No, you would have told me. You would have written it in here. It's not in here.
I don't know. I don't think that it has. It's so to have 5 different wide receivers up there. That doesn't happen. You look at like the Browns, for example. Their top 8 were all Amari Cooper. The Cowboys, 9 of their top 10 were CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah. It's just how long can you keep it that way? How long can, and it's a huge credit. Love, sure, but to coach.
Yeah.
Huge credit to coach to have these young, hungry guys knowing that there's a bigger thing at play. But it's, when paydays and stuff start coming up and incentives and bonuses, it's going to come up. And if you look at it, Christian Watson is now healthy. So how does that sort of figure into the mix of who is the number 1 and who not? But I don't think it's going to change this year. I think we're going to be looking at more of what we haven't really ever seen, is all of these guys being able to step up. And Goody caught a lot of heat for his approach of trying to sort of build this roster the way that he did, but maybe he was just ahead of this thing. We saw the Chiefs win a Super Bowl without a bona fide number 1. Packers a few plays away from going to the NFC Championship game without one. They're watching Minnesota back up the Brinks truck for Justin Jefferson. They're zigging when they're zagging. I don't know. I don't know what the indictment is or what to tell about the NFL receiver market as it continues to evolve and shift. But what matters is that Super Bowl sort of pattern that we're seeing with paying your wide receiver or your quarterback and how it's basically impossible. So interesting to see what they're doing. The world's ahead of them. The world is the Green Bay Packers oyster, and I think they know it.
Yeah.
It's wide open for the taking. And if not next year, the year after. I know they have to pay Jordan, and they will. Okay, we got AJ Francis on the show. Yes, the champ is here. I can't believe he's not in studio. Hamilton flew all the way from New York, and Francis is sitting on a couch somewhere. I don't care about your bells. I care that you're not in studio with us, Francis. Top dollar up next. The sweetest.
And it's going to be interesting to see what happens because the Goody part of it. Remember how much he got crushed between the drafting Jordan Love, not drafting receivers, and he had a plan all along.
Did he?
I mean, things look pretty good.
Yeah. Maybe he just fell into that. Healthy Christian Watson.
Yeah, and they did it without Watson. Watson was only on the field for like a third of their meaningful games last year, like healthy for like a third of the games. You think he just got lucky?
I don't know. I don't know.
You got to be a little lucky.
Okay, got it. Okay, guys, we got Keisean Nixon on the show. If any Packers fans have questions for him, let us know. Return specialist, those rules change. He's going to go off this year. I can't wait for that. Do we ask Keisean who the wide receiver one is?
You can. I wonder who the toughest is for him to deal with.
Can we put that in there?
Yeah.
Is it in there?
Yeah.
I think we should put that in there. Very cute that there's not a wide receiver one. I'll buy that. We'll let that slide. That's fine. Your quarterback said it. It must be true. But in your opinion, I don't know if the framing should be toughest. Who do you least enjoy going up again? Or maybe that. Okay. Or who do you most enjoy and then who do you least enjoy or something? Or you can ask him about Watson too, right?
Yeah. That hamstring thing with him is super interesting.
What?
Like the NFL funded this study for him because he was having all these hamstring issues, and he found that his right leg was 20% weaker than his left, and they've been working to change the balance, and it may affect a bunch of players going forward that have chronic hamstring injuries. Interesting thing. We should try to get him on the show.
Christian?
Yeah.
Christian's mom. I don't even want Christian. I would like Christian's mom on the show. Christian's mom is legit. Talk about loyal. Talk about like ride or die. Christian's family is amazing. I don't know them.
Says AJ Francis. Wait a minute. Look at Francis. He calls that the down payment, the choke slam. AJ Francis is champion.
Here is your winner and new TNA Digital Media Champion, AJ Francis.
AJ, a down payment? How the hell did you come up with that?
Actually, a fan came up with that name because a lot of guys use a choke slam in wrestling, from Kane, The Undertaker, going all the way back, but they all have like different names. And a bunch of fans would send me ideas like cash out and money drop and all these different things. And one fan said down payment. I was like, perfect.
That's it. That's really good. Does he want to come work on the show and come up with naming things? Because I'm so bad at it. That'd be great.
It'd probably be pretty good.
Let's give you a proper introduction here. The champ is here, ladies and gentlemen. The new.
How you doing?
I'm amazing. The new TNA. Let me get this right. TNA Digital Media Champ, the 10th ever in the company's history, which is amazing.
Yep.
You, of course, you spent some time in the NFL. Patriots, Dolphins, Seahawks, Giants, Commanders. So AJ Francis, aka, are we still going by Top Dollar, or is it just? She just said when you won it was AJ Francis. I didn't hear any Top Dollar.
Yeah, no. See, Top Dollar was more a WWE thing, but I still get paid Top Dollar, so that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Then you can make a lot of down payments. Let's go. Hey, congrats on the title. I love the belt. I love all of this. Has happened at TNA's 20th anniversary show, so it wasn't just some like run-of-the-mill thing. This was a big deal. You, my friend, I have watched you go through your journey. Since meeting you, and always keeping that sort of smile on your face, that sort of positivity. What is it like for you right now? What does that title mean to you?
It means a lot, man. It's the culmination of a lot of hard work for a lot of years. You know, my football career ended in 2018, and I started training in late 2018, wrestling. And, you know, I've only been wrestling for 6 years. For the growth of someone, like, I know people that have been wrestling 20 years that have never made it to TNA and never made it to WWE. So for the growth that I've had in such a short time, and then to be able to have some single success, because I've been in a lot of tag teams, and I'm still in the tag team, but luckily I've been able to have this success. Shout out to the people at TNA. And, you know, it's just been awesome, man. And I can't be thankful enough. I mean, especially like, it also helps, like, even though you're not in the wrestling industry, you know, you're not in the wrestling business, but when I go to, you know, Super Bowl Media Row and I can kick it with you and I can make content with you, like, that's why I'm the digital media champion.
That's
you see
right.
what I'm saying? Like, you bring it out of me. Thank you.
And don't you forget it, always championing you. You're the absolute best. You work your ass off. It's incredible to see this all paying off like this. It's really inspirational. And listen, I don't work in wrestling, so when I see a down payment, I literally am like, oh my God, what am I watching? But there's this move that my producers, you got to talk me through this, because I've seen dudes in the NFL do some crazy shit, but this flip off the top rope. What?
You know, sometimes, see, that was WrestleMania weekend at GCW, and you know, even every independent promotion puts on a big show in the same city as WrestleMania every year, and GCW is a promotion that put on a bunch of big shows that weekend, and it's WrestleMania weekend. You got to show out.
That's
you know
not. What do you? I don't care about the who sponsored what. Like, what is going through your actual mind when this is happening?
I mean, to me, it's like 8 people there, so it's going to be hard for them to drop me. You know what I'm saying? So really for me, it's just hit it. Because if I hit it where I'm supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Your boy math for sure. If I hit it where I'm supposed to, I'm too big to get missed. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's crazy because at that time you're looking down at it, you're like, all right, let's go.
Oh, I wouldn't do that because I feel like I would be dropped. I feel like I would hurt. I feel like I'd hurt someone. You didn't think like I'm gonna hurt someone with my body?
Come on. Okay, you're so little. Come on, let's be serious.
You're not little. I can't believe that you did that. I just can't believe that this is part of your life, and you're just like, it's like, no problem. Listen, I also saw that you're inviting some other former NFL players to join you. So Sean Merriman, you know, he dropped the hammer at TNA's Rebellion. It was a pay-per-view thing. We got some footage here, though. I mean, what do you think about his potential?
Oh, man, Sean can come tomorrow if he wants to. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. Look at him. He looks way better in a tank top than I ever have. So, you know, he's definitely got the look. The funniest thing about that to me was that, like, we played this whole ruse where, like, me and him were about to fight, right? So then the whole crowd's like ready for me and Sean to really get after it, you know what I'm saying? But we're Maryland boys. You know, we'll never turn on each other like that. So, you know, once the ref got me out the ring and was distracted, Sean laid the hammer with that clothesline. He clotheslined Joe Hendry out of his shoes and ended up being the best thing to happen in the first class. So shout out Sean, man. It's cool to be able to, like, you know, bring football players into it too. I also had, you know, 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro Brent Grimes come with me to CCW in Miami, you know, and because he lives in Miami, you know, we played together on Dolphins. That's where we became good friends. And, you know, he helped me in 2 matches out there. It's fun to be able to bring my NFL friends into the wrestling world.
I love that. Is it as easy as you're saying it is, though? Because you're saying, oh, I just pick my NFL friends and they come and you're making it sound like it's easy to break through into wrestling, but it can't be, right?
No, it's easy if you're there with me. You know, I got some stroke. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I can get you in any door. You know, as long as you come with me, you can do whatever you want. If any NFL players, former, current, want to be involved in wrestling in any way, TNA's doors are wide open, and you have every opportunity in the world to come out. I mean, D'Angelo Williams was there the night that I debuted too. So, like, there's a lot of football to wrestling carryover.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Wait, how is that? How is D-Will? I would love to see that.
Yeah, he was a part of the faction, the system, because he and Moose are the TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, I don't know.
Moose actually played in the NFL too. He played for the Patriots and the Falcons. He played offensive line. I always tell him all the time he couldn't block me. And you know, he's the world champ, and he brings some of his NFL buddies too. There's a lot of football to wrestling crossover, man. A lot of the best wrestlers of all time played football, from Roman Reigns to Stone Cold to The Rock to, you know, Goldberg, like a lot of the greats.
You know, I got Hamilton here in studio who loves you, miss you. We saw you at Super Bowl. It was so great.
Yeah.
Now you got my mind working. We're a manifesting show. We got good energy here. Who's a person? You know, D'Angelo Williams is cool. Sean Merriman, it's a perfect fit. It's almost boring because it's a perfect, like, turnkey fit. We love you, Sean, but, like, you're made to do whatever you want, and we know that. Who's somebody that we should who would we like? You know, AJ's basically saying, come through me, I'll open the door. Like James Harrison vibes. I could see that being fun.
Aaron Donald just retired. We can get him out there. He was training with knives.
Call him the knife. Have him do like the knife move or something. I don't know. Who would we like to see? I'm trying to think of who. No, I want somebody that's like not Sean Merriman. I want somebody who's not James Harrison. Who's like the Danny Woodhead. Who's the Danny Woodhead that could do it? Maybe Danny Woodhead.
I used to play with Julian Edelman. That'd be cool. I'd like to see Julian Edelman out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like I want to. I don't know how to like. Not. I don't want like the. I want like the scrappy underdog. Lil Tim in Punch Out. Who's that? Danny Woodhead.
Lil Mac?
Lil Mac, that's what I meant. Lil Tim.
Lil Tim.
Lil Tim. Okay, I want to get into a couple of things here because, I want to ask you about Stefon Diggs. Let's just get right to it, okay? I know that you and him are very close. You played together at the University of Maryland. You've been very high on him. When you saw everything kind of going down in Buffalo, before he gets, you know, before even the actual situation happens where he's now a Texan, what did you make of that? What did you know looking back? Now you can kind of share it because it's over.
I didn't really know anything. I just know that Stefon has the belief in himself that he's earned over the years of being a guy that is a game changer and that can literally revolutionize how your offense works. He did it at 18 years old when we were at the University of Maryland. He was the best player on the team then, even though he was 18 years old. He did it as soon as he came to the league in Minnesota, even though he's a 5th-round draft pick. He did it as soon as he got to Buffalo with, you know, leading the league in receptions. So, like, when he's given the opportunities that he's earned, he always comes through. I can't think of a single time where Stefon Diggs was targeted 15 times and he only had 3 catches. You see what I'm saying? So, like, there's some players, they want the ball and because they deserve to get the ball, and they make differences when they get the ball. You know, and Josh Allen's obviously a great quarterback, but, you know, there was clearly something going on there, and it ended up manifesting in him going to Houston. But now he's got another great quarterback that I guarantee is going to get him the ball. So I'm really looking forward to see what he does in Houston.
What is he going to do in Houston? Give me like the AJ Francis stamp of approval. You know this cat inside and out. Like,
I think he's going to give you. I think he's going to give you 100 receptions again. I think he's going to give you probably 9 touchdowns. Like, as long as he stays healthy, 9, 10 touchdowns. The kid is a specimen. Like, his routes, his footwork, his speed, his hands, his playmaking ability, that dog in him. Like, he had that dog in him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I really genuinely think he's going to go crazy this year.
What was his stat line last year?
He had 107 for 1,183 yards, 8 touchdowns. 4 straight 100-yard seasons for Diggs. Or 100-catch seasons.
4 straight 100-catch seasons. So we're going to keep that going. We're going to go over it.
And he's got another great quarterback.
Would you say that he would have a better statistical year than he did last year?
I think so. I genuinely think so. Just because, you know, with CJ, you know, really coming. They always say it would help for me too. I'll admit it. The biggest growth you ever have in the NFL is from year 1 to year 2. Yeah. And you know, going in that second year, being more comfortable, actually making it to the playoffs as a rookie, like, and then coming back. Yes, the expectations are higher, but they've added a legit bona fide star at wide receiver.
Literally.
I think that they're going to.
They're probably not going to stop throwing him the ball at certain points in the season, which might improve those numbers. I'm with you on that. I mean, just the fact that he had 4 straight 100-catch seasons, despite not throwing him the ball, despite like all these things, despite coming in, changing OCs, and you know, spreading the ball around, making it a more balanced attack, is amazing. And I'm excited to see what he can do. I might pick the Texans. I'm asking you about it because I might pick the Texans to go to the Super Bowl.
That's not a bad pick. I definitely think they're going to win their division. But that's not a bad pick. I mean, the thing is, the problem is Patrick Mahomes still exists.
I know. Listen, I know. I mean, you got that belt. You think I don't know? All right, we're going to go to break, but I think we can do 7 in break, right? Let's do that. Stay here. Don't go anywhere, Francis. We're going to be right back. We're going to stay live on YouTube, of course, and we have Keisean Nixon joining the show. Okay, we'll be back in a little bit. We've got Austin Eckler on the show. I wanted to ask you, I want to have some fun and see what you're giving first-class status to. We're going to call it Top Dollars First Class, okay? I'm going to give you some topics. You tell me if you're all in and giving first-class status or if you're out. Last week, Max Crosby said he saw a UFO on a flight back from Miami. What status are you putting on believing in alien life forms?
Oh, I 100% first class believe in alien life forms. No doubt about it. Do I think that, you know, only one person on a plane would see it? I don't know. But, you know, I do believe that aliens do exist.
Yeah.
There's way too much weird things that happen in this world. There's no way there's billions of stars, billions of planets, and we're the only piece of life on Earth.
But they should come to TNA, and you should be, you know, choke slamming, and you should be, you know, doing the disc thing, and you should be doing your down payments left to right to these aliens. Let's go.
If any alien gets this transmission, please come to TNA.
Imagine what that would do for your career, having an alien to wrestle around with. Okay.
That'd be great.
Okay, next one. How are you feeling about Dan Quinn turning it around in Washington? Are we giving this first class status?
Yeah, I think so. First class. I mean, to be honest with you, can it get much worse?
Okay. Okay.
It's been pretty bad for a while. So, like, can it get much worse?
I don't know. They got Jaden Daniels. They got a lot to be excited about. Austin Eckler's on our show.
Exactly.
He's there now. Bobby Wagner, like the best guy that ever played his position, is going to be there leading the way.
Bobby Wagner is one of my favorite people I played with because he we played a game against the Vikings when I was on the Seahawks, and I was keeping up double teams, making plays, and we came back in, and he bought all the D-line iPads. Shout out Bobby.
I love him.
Yeah, he did.
Please. He should be. The fact that he's never been a contestant on The Bachelor boggles my mind. Okay, last one for you, very quick. A fellow NFL rap artist officially retired from the NFL, Darren Waller. First class or no?
You know, I'm gonna say no, just because I'm not a big fan of songs that air out kind of dirty laundry. That's not really my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's not really my vibe, especially in today's day and age. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go no class with that one. But great career.
But great career. Well said. AJ Francis, we absolutely love you. I can't believe that you can like keep this up here this long. This is you do a great job. You're working out your shoulders. Make sure you get it on the other one to get some balance. Appreciate you. Listen, I'm trying to launch, so I might do this thing where I take on people in what their profession is. I'm thinking of doing this like series.
Please.
So I just feel like, would you be like, do you think I could beat you at anything, like we'll handicap it for sure. Like you'll have one hand tied behind your back or something, but like there's something to be done here with you and me in the ring.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll put you over, no problem.
All right, love you. I don't even know what to put you over. I don't know what that means. I don't even know. All right, we are back in the Up and Adam Show. Austin Eckler on the program. Great to have AJ Francis. Always a delight. Best energy. So inspiring. And we're also going to talk to our next guest right now because he is just paid, feeling good, coming into his 6th NFL. Keisean, this is your 6th season?
Yeah. I'm year 6. I'm getting kind of old, I think.
Is that old? What is officially, is it 5 years in, 7 years in? What's the finally, like, I'm OG status? 6?
Yeah, I think year 6. I think year 6 do it.
Well, here you are, and you're still playing in the prime of your career. Of course, you're not even into the prime of your career. You lead Green Bay Packers secondary in tackles. You were named a first-team All-Pro as a kick returner in back-to-back seasons. That is very hard to do. Keisean Nixon, love having you here. But I know you had surgery this offseason, so let's get that information out here for all of your fans. How close to 100 are we feeling right now?
I'm at like 90. I'm ready to go. I'll be ready for training camp for sure.
Do you prefer to have surgeries alongside former teammates?
Yeah, with Max.
Tell me about this.
Crazy. I was getting prepped for my surgery, and I just kept hearing a voice that I knew. I couldn't see who it was, and I asked the doctor. I was like, "Who is that?" I know the voice, and then I hear Max saying like, "Is that Keisean out here?" And I'm like, "Is that Max?" And then they opened the curtains, it was him. I'm like, "Oh wow, that was crazy."
I bet that was fun though. You guys got a little bonding. Love to hear that you're at 90%. So you're full speed, ready to go.
Yeah. I'm ready to go.
I love that. I mean, congratulations. I guess I should have started here. I wish I had started here. 3-year deal, keeps you in Green Bay. You're smiling. It's where you wanted to be. And then soon after you sign the deal, the NFL changes the kickoff rule, okay? You've become one of the NFL's best kick returners. How much more would you have gotten if you had done your deal after this rule got changed?
Maybe I should have waited. I don't know.
Well, what did you think of the rule changing?
I think they have to give me the ball now. I think teams can't really try to kick it away from me all year like they've been doing the last 2, and really allow me to show what I really can do on the big stage.
What can you do on the big stage? Because you became the 4th kick returner in NFL history to receive All-Pro honors in back-to-back years. Mel Gray, Cordero Patterson, Devin Hester. That is royalty that we're talking about, even though it's a division rival. That's fine. He's in the Hall of Fame now. With these rules, what does it add? And do you ever think, like, this is a path to Canton for me?
Truthfully, honestly, no. Because honestly, the kick return stuff is just something I can do naturally. I've always just been a cornerback, so me doing the kick return stuff is just like an added boost that I bring to my team. Because I never did it when I was with the Raiders at all.
Mm-hmm. I mean, kicking away from you all the time, like you're saying, and you still lead the league in return yards in back-to-back years is a little something more than something extra you can provide, but. Yeah.
I mean, they got to see me now. They got to see me.
They got to give you the ball, which I love. Matt LaFleur, please listen. And, of course, what you do best is be a star nickel corner for this Packers defense. This interception, let's just go back. Let's just enjoy this. It's Patrick Mahomes. He's the best maybe ever, best right now for sure. What do you remember about this play?
That was a seal the game. Honestly, that play helped us in the 4th quarter. We was winning, and they was driving. We had just got a big penalty to play before. That was a PI call, and then that really sealed the game for us.
What do you make of your new defensive coordinator? You got Jeff Hafley. I don't know anything. Okay, what is that? What was that?
Man, Haf is a cool dude. Short guy, so he kind of got like little man syndrome, I think. But he's competitive as hell. He goes at Matt LaFleur, and that's something new for me. And he brings the best out of us, and we like playing for him. So his defense is ready to go for sure.
Tell me more. I need to know more. What makes him tick? What makes him stand apart from other D coordinators you've had?
He's not scared of a head coach being an offensive guy. You know, some coaches compliment offensive coaches in like practice and stuff like that. But Half came in right away, blitzing on 3rd down, stuff like that. He was ready to go.
What are the conversations you've had with him about plays like that you can have against Mahomes and what your role is this season?
We had big conversations. That was one of the reasons why I came back. Let me see Josh Jacobs. That was one of
Josh,
the
come
biggest,
say hi to me.
That was one of the biggest
Will you
reasons
go?
why I came.
Hold on. Hi, Josh. Come over here. It's Kay. How are you?
What's good?
Josh, how are you? How are you liking Green Bay?
Man, it's a vibe, man.
Why are you hiding from me? Have you been to Piggly Wiggly yet, Josh?
You said what?
Have you been to Piggly Wiggly yet, the grocery store?
I ain't seen one of them since I was in like first grade, so it was kind of crazy. But
Were you guys friends before this or no?
Yeah, we came in. We came in together. 19.
Oh yeah! Wait, I love this, Josh. I'm loving this. Now you have him. You got Xavier McKinney there. It's going to be a party. I think the world's ahead of y'all. I forgot Raiders. It all makes sense. Y'all are best friends. I forgot.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Josh. See you later. I love the little cameo. Keisean, get back to this. I need to know more about Halfley.
Jeff's a competitive guy. He's a defensive back coach also. So, he brings that. I've never had that in the league. I've never had my DC be the DB guy too. So it's kind of running through the back end. I think it's a great idea. I think it's great to bring him in. I think it was a great decision.
It'll be great for you. I just got extra excited about what this defense is going to bring. What do you mean he goes at Matt?
He go at him. It don't matter what Matt say. We gonna go. We gonna compete for sure.
And like Barry didn't do that or something. I'm just explain that to me. Like he didn't challenge
I just think
LaFleur?
some coaches compliment offensive coaches if they're like the head coach, and I think Half came in and not really caring about that. He cared about how can I get my guys on defense to play as the best defense in the league, and that's just really what he was on.
I'm loving everything about this. So you have Josh Jacobs there. You also add safety Xavier McKinney. What do you make of him and how he's going to fit?
X can fit. I think X can fit in any defense, honestly. He brings range in the back end, and then he's really smart and he communicates. But he's also a good character guy. So he's easy to, when he came around, he was easy to gel with me and Jair, easy. And he's going to be good. I think he's going to help us really a lot.
Jair's different, huh? Why do you laugh? Keisean, I really like talking to you because your face says everything before you answer.
Jair a little different. He's all right.
He's all right. He's a little different. Okay, at least it's never a dull moment probably in those rooms.
Nah, top flight lit.
Yeah. Okay, your first 2 seasons with the Packers, your quarterback one was Aaron Rodgers. Okay, and that was his last season in Green Bay that you spent with him. Last season, it was a breakout year for your quarterback, Jordan Love. So from an overall culture, leadership perspective, how do you describe last season compared to your first season in Green Bay?
I think it was a shift in the whole organization, honestly. I think that when I first got here in 2 years ago, that it was an older team. So we had a lot of older guys like Sadie's, A-Rod, Randall Cobb, and stuff like that. So last year when we came in, it was a completely new team. It was younger. And I just think that Jordan handled it the right way. He came in not trying to bully the situation, but embrace it. And guys, everybody embrace it together, honestly.
It's a young team. Jordan has spoken about that. He actually said that there's not a true number 1 receiver, that everybody at any given time can be that number 1. And we saw that last year. We actually dug into the numbers and talked about it this morning. Like everybody had their moment. The ball was distributed better than and more and uniquely to every one of these receivers. So I'm going to ask you though, which one of these receivers do you least enjoy facing in practice?
Probably Rome. I think Romeo got a lot to him that a lot of players in the league don't have. He really catch everything. But I think all them young guys bring their own aspect to the game. I think Jay Reed is explosive, strong. I think Wicks runs great routes. And I think Christian Washington can take the top off of guys. I really think they complement each other. And then the sleeper in the room is Bo Milton. Bo came in at the end of the year and played great for us, scored in the playoffs. All them young guys can go, for real.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys don't like seeing Romeo either. Last taste in their mouths, like that was not very fun for them. They didn't like seeing him. You have Josh Jacobs there with you. You know him. You guys came in together, Raiders. Now he's there. I think it's easy. It's easy for a fan like me to look at the Packers and say, y'all got rid of Aaron. Aaron's the heart and soul. Aaron's now, Aaron's the reason, part of the reason that Jordan Love went on that tear. And it was, easy for him. He brunted the load. Why is it not going to be a fall off with our boy Josh there?
Why is not a follow with Josh here?
Or just what's the, is it going to be even with Josh there instead of Aaron?
I think it's different. I don't think you can ever take away from Aaron's career what he's done with the Packers. But I can also understand where the organization was going, and Josh Jacobs just brings something that not too many backs have ever done in the league. I mean, he's a rushing title leader, so I mean, you can't really take that away from nobody. And then Josh Jacobs is Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs is Josh Jacobs. Wait, I love to. Your face does say it all. Have you ever been told that before? That I feel like you right away you smile or right away. I mean, that Halfley smile. I will never forget that. When you have your first big play, week 1. Who do they have week 1?
Eagles.
Who do you have? Oh, Brazil. What do you make of that? How excited are you for that? You and Josh go international? Why are we laughing? Hold on.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't think we can do much, but I'm excited.
Well, I mean, it's going to be insane. Let's see. You kick it off. That's week 1. Judging by your recent comments saying the Packers let the Niners off the hook last season, are you more excited about the week 12 matchup against them than Brazil?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
I've been having to hear from Debo and Diamador Lenore all summer, so I'm kind of sick of hearing them. So they got to come to Lambeau and see us.
I can't believe what kind of text is Debo? I feel like Debo is he came on my show every day he's very short and sweet and direct, but I don't know how he has time to just keep up with everybody the way he does.
Debo's annoying.
What is he saying? Like he's texting you or DMing you? What is it?
Nah, he likes FaceTime. He wants to talk crazy in your face.
After a game or what?
Oh no, he couldn't talk crazy after the game. We put him out.
Well, of course. Ooh, wait. Why is he annoying? Because he just wants to have it out. But you answered the FaceTime, Keisean.
Yeah. We played college together, so that's my boy.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see that being run back. Week 12, I think it is. Week 11, week 12. Late in the season, meaningful game. That'll be amazing. Maybe even better than Brazil to open it up. Last but not least, you have an event coming up at your high school. Josh Jacobs is being a clown back there, making you laugh, which is so funny. Josh, behave. I just need 1 more minute with him to talk about his 2nd annual youth football camp. Tell us how we can get involved.
I'm going back to my high school. It's actually on my birthday. I'm having it on my birthday, so I'm going to spend the day with the kids. Back where I'm from in LA and Salesian High School. Yeah, it's gonna be a big deal. Got a lot of big guests coming.
I love that. Everybody can get involved. It's a great thing to do for the community. I missed this whole news story of Josh Jacobs talking about the Eagles. They're telling me about Brazil. What are the Josh Jacobs? Josh, come tell me what happened. What did he say? Keisean, tell me what he said. I don't know the story.
Josh said we couldn't wear a certain color. I don't think he was clear on his facts.
Oh.
He's a meme right now.
They told everyone they can't wear green. I'm confused. So then what? So what is the Josh? Just clear the air for everybody out there.
I was just clear the air.
Man,
tell me.
We was told a certain thing, but obviously, the brand of football is bigger, so we want to expand the game. They said some of the information that we was told was false, but I think it'll be fun, though. I think it's going to be fun to go out there and play against a good team, and hopefully, start the season with a bang.
Okay, I literally did not know this story. It somehow missed me. I also didn't think I'd be seeing Josh Jacobs this morning, so I'm sorry I wasn't up on that. But I see what happens. There was some misinformation, and now we're all clear and we're all systems go for Brazil and beyond.
Yeah.
Okay, Keisean, enjoy your day. I appreciate you talking to me. Congratulations on the new deal. And I can't wait to watch you crush Caleb Williams' dreams all season long.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, Josh Jacobs. I haven't talked to you in a long time. Hope you're well. Congrats on the deal and the change. Love that you guys are there together. That's amazing. We'll be back with another running back. We'll talk to Austin Eckler, also changing teams because we have him with the Commanders now. New leadership, DQ. Can he turn it around? Cliff Kingsbury calling the shots, but Anthony Lynn, his RB coach. So here it is, guys. Me and Austin Eckler chopping it up. Austin Eckler, Washington Commander. What am I supposed to think?
I know. Sometimes, well, actually all times, good things come to an end. But it's a bittersweet moment. Bittersweet because, yes, would have loved to, figure something out with the Chargers, but it wasn't the scenario. We know how the NFL works. So guess what? It's a new opportunity to, establish myself in a new city and under some new colors. So looking forward to that.
You had a lot of interest. I mean, you were an incredible player, incredible asset. What was the you used the word misalignment. What was the conversation with Jim and company? How could you possibly be a misalignment when you can do everything?
Well, I think you can kind of see kind of how they've been building the team so far this offseason. Went out and drafted, a tackle first round, brought in some bigger backs over from Baltimore. And so it's like, hey, they want a guy they can hand the ball off to 300 times a year. And look, I haven't had that capacity to do that. That's not my game. That's not how Austin Eckler is going to be the best on the field. So there was the misalignment there, which no harm, no foul. I'll go find somewhere else where I can, add value, where Austin can be the best version of myself out there.
What's the sell by DQ? One of my faves. Energy guy, intense guy. I imagine you vibe with him really well.
It's been amazing because I'm big into like coaching culture, and he's establishing the standard. He's talking about what it actually means. He's showing clips of what the tangible things are for people, for the expectation to be met. He's talking to me as an individual, as a leader. Hey, you got to make sure you get your backs doing this. He's talking to us as, hey, this is how we protect our team. He's showing clips of, hey, this is how we protect ourselves when we're talking first media. He's coaching culture, and I'm like, this is what the offseason's about. Like, it's so special to see that with DQ, and so I've been very blessed and very fortunate to be playing on his team.
Wait, I love that you're reunited with Anthony Lynn. That was your first head coach. Now he's your run game coordinator, which is amazing. When you talk about running back philosophy and the fact that you have the same one as him, how would you describe that in one sentence?
Being the most efficient within the scheme that can maximize your talent's potential is his philosophy.
Oh, I think the NFL should be scared then with what's going to come between you and Brian. You and Brian Robinson are going to be that 1-2, let's go. I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Well, exactly. And kind of going back to my sentence, it's with the skill set that you possess. So he understands, hey, there's things that I'm going to be better at than Brian, and vice versa. Brian better than me. And he is very big into which players get which plays because, hey, we're setting you up for success with this type of scheme. Doesn't mean you can't run the plays that might be set up for the other person. But hey, if this is called, ideally we'd like to have this player on the field because they have their skill sets.
3 straight seasons with over 1,000 all-purpose yards, and you missed time last year due to injury, but you were an 11 out of 10. DQ is built that way as well. And I remember talking to you last year. You were very, I feel like you knew the ankle maybe wasn't 100 because the way you sort of talked about it, I was a little, and then you missed some time with it. So just straight up, how are you feeling? How close to your best are you feeling?
I mean, at this point, I feel as good as I possibly can. Like, I will not feel better than I am right now, which I should be at this point in the off season. And I'm liking what I'm putting on film. Like, I feel fast. I look fast. I'm in the right spot. Jaden and I are really, meshing together. I know I'm getting a lot of reps with him. Every time he's on the field, I'm on the field with him. So it's like I'm getting comfortable with him. He's getting comfortable with me. And, it's allowing me to play faster. But then also I'm seeing him build trust in myself to, hit me on some man beater routes and stuff like that. So it's going to be an exciting time.
Are you going to be his best friend? Like, is it going to be a lot of talk about Jaden Daniels to Austin Eckler? What are you doing to, as a veteran, build that chemistry with this kid?
Yeah. And I think it's one of the things that has just been kind of laying itself out while we go to practice, where it's like, hey, like like I said, I'm on the field with him. And so it's me talking to him. It's him. Like, for instance, yesterday I had a little choice route and I sat and he was like, hey man, do you think you could have broke in on that? And I was like, hey, the safety was coming down to plug that hole. So I was a little timid. So I just sat, I just made a decision. So you just put it on me. And so we're already building that chemistry of, hey, how do we see play? How do we see ball? How are we going to, communicate out there? And he's been a great kid to work with. I say kid now because I'm 29.
I mean, he's young, but he's in OT. It sounds like you're really impressed with the rookie.
Yeah, I have been. I'm super proud of him and how he's come along, not only just as a player, but how he's really bought into just, establishing himself in that role, taking charge and being a leader as well. It takes time with that role, especially because they have so much to learn. And so like I said, I've been really, really impressed with how he's come along and just seeing his talent on the field in general without, even looking at the playbook and stuff, watching him run, watching him throw on the run, watching him make decisions, watching him, do the option read and get out in spaces. I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is going to give us a good chance.
I mean, the changes to the O-line, I think will be great. It might take a little while to gel, but the way he's built, we need to protect this guy.
At all costs. That's why, hey, that's why I'm his best friend, because I'm his backfield buddy. I got his back there.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see this connection. I really is it weird to be the OG and like you're in there's obviously a new regime going out with the Chargers, but you were on 2 playoff teams. Like you are an OG in this league now. And now you're in this place that's got like Bobby Wagner pedigree coming in. You've got a wild card in Cliff Kingsbury, 100%. You've got DQ, who's got really a lot of intensity, like tough division. But do you get the feeling that there could be magic here, not just for Magic Johnson, but playoff wise?
That's for us to go build, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. Like this is the off season. What are you supposed to do in the off season? I had someone ask me about this the other day. How the playoffs? Like, what are you thinking? Is this a new? Do you guys have a chance? And I'm like, I don't even give a damn about any of that right now. I don't care, because I can't even think about that. I got to think about getting the guys that are in the building ready to go. And what does that mean? That means establishing a standard, because there's a lot of new guys around. So what does that mean? What does that mean tangibly that I need to go do to hold myself accountable and hold myself to a standard? That needs to be established. Then it needs to be established of how we're going to work, how we're going to go out there, and how we're going to actually execute. How do we communicate? Who's leader? Do we have vocal leaders? Like who's leading?
Well, clearly you're the leader. You're talking to me. I feel like I'm interviewing Dan Quinn right now. You're talking about getting the guys in the building ready. Is that your role?
I think I would say yes, I'm building into that role. And we just talked about it. I've been around for a while. I was a captain for the Chargers for the last 4 years. And so I have put myself in a role where I am vocal. To be a captain is a huge honor. You get voted on by your team, but it's not even about that. It's about making sure that we're putting ourselves in a position to be successful, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to get paid. We're all trying to win games. So what do we got to do? We want to put ourselves in a position where we can win. So we need people to be held accountable, to be playing up to a standard, and be competing their ass off out in OTAs.
I love that. Well, you're going to do it all there, but now we have to talk about your wedding. Don't think we're escaping this without congratulations.
Thank you. Yes. The lady is secured.
Congratulations to you and beautiful Melanie. She's an incredibly talented woman dancer. How was that difficult for you? What is that like to have to perform? I'm sure dancing at a wedding, was there a choreography involved? Did she just completely pull you up? What's the deal?
Oh yeah, we had some choreography. It wasn't anything too outrageous or too to her professional level. She brought her talent down to coordinate, for my skill level, which is really stiff when it comes to dancing anyway. So yeah, we had some choreography, and it was a great time. It was such an amazing time. I'm still getting texts about, hey, how that was the best wedding, because we did it out in Vegas, and it was.
I saw the photos are gorgeous.
Yes. So she's a big flower lover. So she loves flowers. So flowers everywhere, all over the tables, all over the venue. And so it was an amazing moment to bring our families together. And, it's always a good time. And it's a good time when the DJ has to kick you out, when everyone's chanting one more song, at the end. So
now, did you hit it? Did we retire the air guitar? Did you hit the air guitar? Did you rip your tuxedo pants? What do I need to know?
Well, okay, there was none of that. There was definitely some interesting dance moves that were brought out, with some liquid courage, but no air guitar. No air guitar.
Okay, is Melanie helping you with touchdown? We're manifesting, right? Like what, 20 touchdowns out of you? So is she helping you choreograph touchdown dances?
Mel has really been my designer, so she puts all of my game day outfits together. She loves doing that. She hasn't really translated, helping me on the field yet like that, though. So
yeah, I gotta say, I haven't watched it, but I've heard a lot about the docuseries, right? Dancing for the Devil. She is the main storyteller to open it up. It's the #1 show on Netflix right now. How proud are you of her vulnerability?
Well, I've been watching her go through this for the last 3 years. And so absolutely very proud of her and her family, the way they've approached this, and they're really trying to look out for their family member. And so it's been great to see her really try to be as respectful as possible of her sister's choices, because her sister is a victim in this case. And so not trying to put the blame on her, and really come out to the public, because it was really what they saw as the last ditch effort that they could do to try to help the whole situation, not just the sister, but everyone that's fallen a victim to that cult. So thankful for her mindset, her mentality. And it's one of the reasons I married her.
Can I just ask you, like, as far as Miranda, was she at the wedding? Are things better? Is there like a light as this relationship continues to heal?
I would say things are trending better, which At what speed, I don't know. It's really hard to tell because there's really still minimal communication between all of the members. And if there is communication, it's usually very surface level or nothing really in depth about anything meaningful. So call it what you want, but it's more of like almost like a check in the box it seems like for Miranda. So I don't know. It's a tough situation. Like I said, the documentary has helped bring awareness to it, and it's trending in the right direction. So hopefully, there's more awareness, and there's more just healing that can be done in the future, and hopefully some remedies here.
I'm going to watch it this weekend. It's the #1 Netflix docuseries, Dancing for the Devil, about the 7 million TikTok cult, and all of that's something everyone needs to watch and be super aware of. I think it's I don't know, I never met Mel, but I can tell that you love her, and congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, this is just like all things coming up, Austin. You have a total new chapter to rewrite. It's Austin Eckler East Coast Edition. Watch out. Austin Eckler, East Coast Edition. Watch out. Always love talking to him. Always love chopping it up. But yeah, new deal. I know for a fact he had suitors. He had places he could go, teams that were really interested in him once the writing was on the wall that it wasn't going to end up with the Chargers. I think he accepted it as business, saw what the Chargers were not doing and doing. And I really think the Anthony Lynn thing played more of a part than I thought it did originally. And then talking to him, he brought up Anthony Lynn. He was like ready to talk about that. So hopefully he's building chemistry with Jaden Daniels and it gets going. And fantasy-wise, he's going 34th at the running back spot right now. What? He's going like right before Tajay Spears and Jaylen Warren. I think injury issues, I think, a lot of the bravado, the fantasy is adding to his good value. People are going to sleep on him, and that's a good one.
Yeah, and he talked about it, how he's feeling healthier now and how he kind of battled that all year last year. And also, I think he saw it as a situation. Brian Robinson's a good running back. And as he says, he wanted to go to a situation where it's not all on him.
Yeah.
But he's going to have a huge role there as a pass catcher, all the stuff he can do out of the backfield. I like the fit for him.
It's all up to, do we trust Cliff? That's it. Yeah. Do we trust Cliff to run the offense crazily?
It's going to be interesting. We haven't seen him as an offensive coordinator in the NFL. We only saw him as a head coach.
He might be the perfect person to balance that. All right, we'll be back tomorrow, guys, on the show. Hamilton will be back. See ya. Great.